Howdy folks and lovers of underwater adventures, it's Nick here. We're on the ZX Spectrum 48K and we're going to be playing Scuba Kidz, a game by SIlverbird Software in 1988. Also come out on the Amstrad CPC and the Commodore 64. The story is an evil, sea lord has kidnapped one of your mates for some reason and is holding him in an undersea chamber. Now you must go and rescue him by swimming through 8 different reefs, unlocking doors, fighting fish and getting various weapons. Here I am. There's items you can pick up which we'll see along the way, and you can see my oxygen is gradually going down in the right hand side. I can replenish that by collecting oxygen tanks underwater or going back to the surface. So that's about it. It's a 2D scroller. Let's see how far we can get. So I pick up keys which unlock the locks. Always look at your oxygen on the top right. Now I do know a poke if I don't get very far for infinite oxygen, and that will help. Right, okay, so there's the bubble gun there, I think. So you can now should fire bubble guns. I don't know what that does. Oh, that thing may just lose oxygen. I don't know if that's a random thing. Right, so the oxygen is not looking good. We can shoot some of these blocks away, not all of them. Right, get that key there. That'll be good for another door. Now, each level's got a certain amount of screens, which you probably would have guessed, and then there's like a doorway, and then we go off the level. Our scuba diver starts purple, quite easy to control, a little bit of inertia, but not a great deal. He can't walk on the land for some reason. This guy is strictly a swimmer. He hasn't learned to walk at all. Now it's quite good fun this. I'm enjoying it straight away. Oxygen's not looking too bad. Looks like it's a nice gentle learning curve. Other scuba diving games, if you're interested, are Scuba Dive by Durrell Software in 1983. That's an absolute classic, that one, with giant octopuses. And a Titanic, a not-so-classic game from Toposoft in 1988, the same year as this. So out of the two 1988 games, I'd choose this one, because it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more easier as well. Who are these chaps? We go over that. Oh no, avoid those cross things. They cost you oxygen. Can we go down? I don't think we can. No, so it's just one screen going horizontally across. You can't go vertically at all. We'll get past these fellas. Check out your oxygen. We're not on a timer or anything. You can see the things we've picked up are in those bubbles below, the light blue ones. You can get some other power-ups. I think flippers for extra speed and different varieties of the bubble gun. So let's blast our way through here. So going quite well. If you're a newbie to these sort of games, this is nice and gentle. You should be able to complete level 1 at least, I think, if I can. Oops, back for more oxygen. We're in the red. Right, there we go. Replenish that. We must be near the end now. Ooh, we can't get past it. There's something in the way. Right. So we need to shoot these blocks, I'd imagine. Bubbles are... Why do I keep doing that? Bubbles are quite deadly to marine life. It kills them straight away. No sharks in this one. We can pretty much do it at our own leisure because our oxygen is, well, it's not on a timer, are we? So if you're going underwater, always pick up oxygen. So go under these people. Now you can see there's a bit of a chocolate crisscross sort of formation. That's the door to escape, I think. Boom. Oh, there's a yellow arrow thing that side. That might have been extra speed for flippers. We'll soon see. Right. Now, after each one is a bonus stage. We shoot as much stuff before our oxygen runs out. We can't go back to the surface on this one, but this is just a bonus stage. Shoot as much as you possibly can. So I don't know what this is teaching you about the love of the sea, but there's no plastic or carrier bags in this sea. So it's from an era where it hadn't really built up too much. 1988. I don't think SIlverbird Software considered plastic in the sea as much. Yeah, don't dump your plastic in the sea or a river that finds its way to the sea, or don't flush it down the toilet. There we go. Well done, player. Zone completed. So that's zone 1 of 8 done. We won't be doing all 8 reefs. We'll probably just do, well, 2 our lives run out, or maybe about 2 or 3. Let's go. Right, so we've gone green now, so the diver does change colour between each level. Try and avoid these cross things. There's 2 bubbles underneath there, which I think is a power-up. I think that might be for extra bubble power. Oh, no. There's a key there. Let's get that. I'm not sure that's worth getting. I might as well get it now. Okay, back to the surface for oxygen. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. Right, let's just go this way. We're looking a bit green under the gills. I don't know when we're going to get back to air again. But the graphics on this are nice. It's nice and gentle. It's not the most exciting game in the world, but I would have enjoyed it back in the day. It's about exploration, and there's enough action really to keep you occupied straight away. Looks like there's two options here, below or down. Let's get below or up. Let's take the low road. There was a gate to open there. Can we shoot through there? Good. I'd hate to do this in real life, really, because I think my oxygen is not great. Oh, yeah, we can shoot through there. Good. Shoot the green cubes. Looks like the sea life can travel through the walls. I don't like that. So you can't travel through the walls, but sea life can go through anything. But they put a bit of a border around them, so I don't think they colour clash, do they? That's quite clever. No, okay, so that's a good bit of code. And they do change colour when they go for other stuff. And I've run out of oxygen while I was jibber jabbering. Okay, Scuba Kidz. We'll put in a poke now for infinite oxygen. I've got a funny feeling the oxygen still goes down, but when it hits empty, you don't die. We'll soon find out. So keyboard or joystick. I'm using joystick on this one. Essentially, it's just left, right, up, down, and fire, really. Now we know what this level's like. We start with a magenta scuba diver. Pick up the air tank. Pick up the key. Over this train. Now, do you recognise this seabed? Is it somewhere that you scuba dived before? Let me know. I don't think there are any giant octopus in this one like there is Scuba Dive. If you're unfamiliar with Scuba Dive, it's one of the early classic Spectrum games, and I think everyone should have a look at that, or at least play it if you're into 8-bit gaming. Not sure if that one came out on the Commodore 64 or Amstrad CPC. I bet it did, though. Titanic, very difficult scuba diving game where you've got a harpoon gun. Only play that from for a bit of history point of view. Don't go out of your way to track it down. This person looks a bit big for a kid. Right, through there. Could get that key through those blocks, but not really worth it. We'll try and play the game properly, although I think when the oxygen runs out, we stay alive. Dun 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 da da da. That's key. I don't think we need that to complete the stage, though, do we? We certainly didn't get it the first time. Yeah. Not really Echo the Dolphin, is it? But Echo the Dolphin didn't come out on the ZX Spectrum. That was a Sega Mega Drive. And a few other systems as well, but didn't make the leap. Don't think it came out on the Commodore Amiga either. I'll ask you, what is your favourite sea game? Another one of mine is Aquaplane, although that's not under the water. You control a windsurfer being towed by a speedboat. That's quite good fun as well. Trying to think of underwater stuff. There's over the water ones like Booty and Worse Things Happen at Sea, but they are not really in the sea as such. Right, shoot through here. Bubbles are super powerful. Don't go up too quick or you'll get the bends in real life. In here, well, they don't worry about the bends. It's a nice calm sea, isn't it? It's dead flat. There's no waves or anything. So we're not going to get blown off course. Through here. Get the key. And it's Bon Voyage. Actually, we will get those arrows. I think that is making go quicker, does it? So, so that makes him go quicker. I think we can carry that to the next level. So oxygen isn't so much of a problem. Right. Bonus stage. Shoot all the jellyfish. They're probably up to no good. They're probably alien jellyfish. And all this to rescue your kid. Well, one of your friends, I should say, has been kidnapped by the Sea Lord. Why would the Sea Lord capture some kid for? And why? Probably do a ransom, and then why would you just send one kid in to scuba dive and rescue him? The likelihood is he'll get caught as well. Probably best to contact the police, would it not be? But that would be a pretty boring game where the instructions are, one of your friends has been kidnapped by a Sea Lord, contact the police, and you just have to dial 999, and then it's the end of the game. So don't be a killjoy. You have to suspend your disbelief with these Spectrum games about what you have to do. It's just an excuse to have fun, and you know, you don't need an excuse, do you? Right, we went low last time, let's go high. We'll take the high road. Covered in seaweed, this guy, all completely and utterly green. I must admit, I've never scuba dived ever. You have to do a lot of training, don't you, to go scuba diving? Maybe it's that I can get into, but you need a lot of time. You certainly can't scuba dive. Well, I live near Southend-on-Sea. That's the closest I am to the sea. So, could you scuba dive there? I don't think there'd be too much to see, really, and I don't sure how polluted the water is. It might be okay, but if you're going to go scuba diving, you want to do it in the Caribbean or somewhere with clear water you can see stuff. I don't get the idea of doing it in dirty water or murky water. Yeah, bog snorkeling, that's another thing I've never understood. If you don't know what bog snorkeling is, Google that. Or see a video about bog snorkeling. Have a look at it and see if you want to do it. Essentially, it's swimming in a small amount of water, normally caked in mud. You can see nothing there. It's not like the tropics or anything. Boof. I mean, you wouldn't go to an aquarium centre where the aquariums are all covered in mud, would you? No. Right, I think we're going to do this time. There's the checkered exit. We're out. So that's stage 2 done. Boom. Shoot all the green stuff. Now, what colour's the man going to be next time? I'm pleased they changed the colour of him between each reef. They could have easily made it the same, but what was always good with a kid, which on the Spectrum at least, if something changed colour each level, you actually felt like you was progressing, so it's good. So it's magenta, then he's green. What colour next? Are you ready, player? I am. Reef 3. We're a light blue. We've got the bubble gun. Yeah. Oxygen's still going down. Oh, what's that pickup? Oh, I've turned it. I've turned into a fish. That makes no sense. What? Is it a fish or is it a pair of scissors? That makes no sense. I've turned into a crazy fish boy. And now we've gone into super fast mode. Dun 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 dun. Oh, that's a dead end. That's no good. Keep going. There's a double bubble gun behind there. Double bubble. Up, or I've turned back into the man again. So that was short-lived. I think maybe we needed that special fish to get through a certain bit. I think we probably did. And we probably just wasted the special ability of that fish. Yeah. I think we're stuck. I think we're stuck now. We needed that fish maybe to chew through that seaweed. Unless there's a secret way out I'm not seeing, which is always a possibility. Now, did you own Scuba Kidz back in the day? As far as I'm aware, it's quite a rare one. I'm not sure many people would have heard of it, but if you have heard of it or did own it, then let me know. Quite often you do surprise me with the games that you have owned, where I put up a really obscure one and you say that you had it. That's, there we go. But that's the power of the playground, really. Not advertising pirating, of course, but when you get a kid in the playground where a game costs 5 weeks pocket money, if someone turned up with a C90 blank tape that had about 100 games on, you said, yeah, yes, please, and you'd take that. That was like a gold dust. So this might have been one of the games you come across on this one. I think also it's one of those games where a few people might have had it back in the day, want to play it again, and can't remember what it's called. Well, here it is, and I hope it's hope you can now track it down if you're one of those people. It's Scuba Kidz, spelt with a Z, because SIlverbird Software wanted to sound cool, and replacing an S with a Z always makes everything cool, doesn't it? Yeah. Apart from Zulu in the film Zulu with Michael Caine, because if you change the Z to an S, that spells Sulu, and he's that martial arts guy in the original Star Trek. What am I talking about? I think I've got water in my brain. Right, I can't get through these locks. I don't know what we're going to do here. I think this could be nearing the end of the review. It's a dead end. At least we've learned about Captain Sulu and Zulu. Man, oh look, what's happened there? The locks have disappeared. Why? Because I've run out of oxygen, is it? Can we get out now? I was gonna end it then. I'd stop talking and everything. Right, okay. Perhaps I can go down the low bit. Can I? Oh, look at that. Boof. That's good, that. Something went a bit wrong. Normally, we wouldn't have been able to do that. What's that? I think that might be a special super weapon where you can fire up and down at the same time. Yeah. Normally, you'd run out of oxygen before those gateways opened. That must be a coding timing thing. You see my oxygen's down to 0, but I've got gills now, so I can live forever. That or a poke or something. Yeah, we must complete this now. Right, okay. Sometimes I want the shark to turn up, Jaws. So this is a big underwater cavern. The Sea Lord under the beach for some reason. Avoid those red dots, they cost you oxygen and we haven't even got any. The levels are quite varied. There's set things, there's a set layout there, but it's different colours and they're arranged differently, let's say. Right, bonus level. I think we'll just do, it's quite addictive, this game. I mean, one of those ones I've been playing it a long time without realising. We'll just do one last stage after this, then we'll call it a day. And that'll take us roughly about halfway through the game. So tricky to do without the poke, but with the poke, easy. To try and do it without the poke if you can. Right. Oh, look at this. It's all gone yellow. So Coldplay sang, didn't that? I was playing Scuba Kidz and it all went yellow. Stop singing, Nick. Right, okay. Right, there's an oxygen tank. There's lots of keys here, so I'm presuming there's lots of gates to open. Can't seem to get through there. Right, back the way you came. That was a dead end. Nice animation with his kicking legs there. See, he doesn't kick his legs when you just drop. That's good. Thoughtful coding on this one. I wish it had been a bit better known back in the day. I would have quite enjoyed it, I think. Well, it's 1988, isn't it? It's 4 years after, well, 5 years after Scuba Dive. You can see it's a lot more advanced. Yeah, I was at senior school then, so maybe it was a bit late in the Spectrum. I was getting into Commodore Amiga, maybe, just. Okay, but if this had come out in 1983, I think it would have kicked Scuba Dive's butt, really. Good stuff. Right, let's woo through here. This will definitely be our last stage, perhaps. Through there. I'm not sure we've gone the right path here, but just keep swimming. It's a lot of work just to rescue one of your kids, well, one of your friends. You know, it's no effort if one of your kids needs rescuing, you go anywhere. But to one of your school friends, that's why you had loads of school friends, isn't it? Because just in case one had got kidnapped by an evil sea lord, you had others as well. Perhaps. Yeah. I don't know. Swimming. Oh, there was a bit of colour bleed there. His feet went green as he went past the seaweed. Whoops. Right, okay. Over there. And there's the exit there over here. If we can get over there. Good. Drop down. See, the bubbles are going everywhere. Boof. Excellent. Oh, let's just do this bonus stage. Let's just clear that up. Kaboom. Bam. Die, everyone. All the yellow fish. None of these fish turn up until you get the bubble gun. I wonder if you don't pick it up, they'll never turn up. Excellent. You don't get this many bubbles in a volcanic eruption. Boof. Well done, player. Zone completed. So we done about 4 reefs, didn't we? That's good. Well, I think we'll leave that one there. Hope you liked having a look at that one. I quite enjoyed it. That was Scuba Kidz on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by SIlverbird Software in 1988. Got any comments about this game, any similar games, then please put your thoughts below. If you hadn't already and you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing. That really helps out a lot. If you want to help a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every little bit helps the long-term survival of the channel. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.